Welcome to Align Christ-Centered Yoga. My name is Linda and I'll be guiding our practice today. And my question for you as you begin today is this. It is January 1st, 2025 as I record this. What are you going to do with the new year? I was planning into the future one time and a friend of mine said, Linda, stop. You don't even know what's going to happen 6 months from now. And she was so right. So all we can do this coming year is follow Jesus step by step. As he first calls his disciples, he simply says, come, follow me, watch me, live with me. Leave what you know behind. Later on, he tells his disciples, I'm sending you out as lambs in the midst of wolves without my physical presence. Carry no money bag, no knapsack, no sandals. Greet no one on the road. Move forward, taking nothing with you, fully focused on the road ahead. And in his final moments before he ascended into heaven, he said, go, leave where you are right now. Leave Judea. Go to all the nations of the earth and make disciples of all men. We can't stay comfortable very long in this walk of discipleship. As we walk in obedience with Jesus, it requires a lot of strength and it requires a lot of focus and commitment. So as we travel this next year together, I invite you to keep your eyes on things above. Keep your focus on Jesus. Today, we're going to start with a practice of strength. 20, 25 minutes, quick in, quick out. We'll work predominantly on core strength. Do whatever you can do. Modify when you need to. If you can't do it all, it's okay. Just keep coming back to it. You'll get stronger. And as we get strong together, let's travel this year together. Find a comfortable seated position, maybe elevating hips up on a blanket or a block. Find those sitting bones. Rock a little bit forward and back, side to side, and anchor into those hips. Feel the weight of the body as those hips settle into the block or the mat. I invite you to draw shoulders all the way up to your ears. Deep breath in and then audible exhale. Let go of the day. Deep breath in, shoulders rise. Maybe you make fists. Anchor those abdominals. Exhale, let go of the to-do lists. One more time. Hands lightly on your legs. Go ahead and close your eyes and let the room around you fade away. I invite you to draw your focus to your abdominal wall. Maybe as you connect the transversus abdominals from hip to hip, you can lift the pelvic floor just a little bit. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax. One more time. I invite you to draw the belly button, the navel in a little bit towards the spine and up. Maybe you can get a little longer with that. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Notice how it feels to let go. And again. I invite you to draw the rib cage together. Kind of pull them, knit the rib cage together, kind of imagine them interlocking, drawing down a little bit towards the spine. Shoulders stay stacked over hips. Exhale, release. One more time. Begin to breathe, breathing in, breathing out, and with each exhale, begin to connect all the way up that abdominal wall and find that strength. So the transverse abdominals, draw the belly button in, draw the rib cage down. Inhale, expand the ribs, find space. Exhale, find that strength and stability. 2 more times here. One more deep, slow breath. And then just 3 breaths, letting breath lead movement. Let the arms rise up and overhead as the gaze comes up. Lengthen through the spine as much as you can. Exhale, keep those abs strong as you bow your head. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. One more time. As you're ready, come off the block. Go ahead and move the block towards the front of the mat. Any props that you have. Meet me in table, fingers spread wide. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Smack through the tops of your feet to wake them up. From here, find cat and cow, just beginning to warm up through the muscles of the back a little bit. As you come into that cat, the spine arches to the sky. Tilt the hips forward. The chest reaches forward and up. Find cat, cow pose. So back and forth here, cat to cow. And as you follow the breath, lead from the center out, engaging the abdominals as you rise into cat, engaging the back muscles as you rise into cow. 3 more times here. Make each one an intentional crunch and release. One more time. Go ahead and come forward with your hands. Come to your hips on your right side. Bring your right hand underneath you on your forearm. Reach your left arm overhead. Extend your left leg. Try to maintain stability with the core muscles. So imagine that your back is settled against a wall. And exhale as the knee rises and the elbow and the knee come together and extend. Lead from the center out. So use the internal obliques at the waist, contract, and then crunch and then stretch. So exhale, crunch, inhale, extend. 2 more times, exhale, crunch, inhale, extend. 1 more. And as you're ready, reach all the way up and over and go the other direction. So now resting on your left hips, go ahead and come down in that forearm, elbows underneath the shoulder, reach that top arm, reach that top leg. And again, notice maybe you have that tendency to sink a little bit back or slouch a little forward. Engage the muscles of the core. Lift the leg. Exhale, elbow to knee, and extend. So this can be pretty easy if you're just pulling in from fingers and toes. So remember, starting at the center, engage the abdominals, elbow to knee, release. 1 more time. Meet me back in table. So from table, let's find bird dog. Go ahead and bring that right arm forward, that left leg back. Find stability here. And exhale, find the crunch. Extend, stabilize. Take the arm and the leg out to the side and back to center. So again, crunch in and extend long. Reach arm and leg to the side. Come back to center. 3 more sets of these. Begin to really lead with the breath. Take your time. Are you still working from the center out? Meet me back in table. So turn the fingertips under, give that wrist a break, stretch as the wrists come forward, the hips come back to the heels. Child, take a breath here. Take one more breath, really release those core muscles. Breathe three-dimensionally into both the abs and the back. And come back to table. Left leg extends, right leg comes back. Exhale in, crunch and extend. Reach to the side, come back to center. So 4 more times. It's a crunch and an extend. Reach, back to center. 3 more, crunch and extend. Out to the side, back to center. 2 more, lead with your breath, find your pace. And 1 more time, elbow to knee in, and then arm and leg out to the side. Meet me back at center. Again, fingertips turn underneath, wrists reach towards the front of the mat, hips come back to heels. Find your breath. Come forward into a kneeling plank. So the palms are together, the forearms are pressing down. Go ahead and drop the hips down. So your option is with the knees down to stay here, to raise one knee up and then lower it, to raise the other knee up and then lower it, or to start from a straight leg forearm plank and to drop one knee down. Either way, your legs are kind of just walking in place here. So find your breath, use those core muscles, tap those knees. Let's tap 4 more times. And draw the knees down. Hands underneath shoulders. Come back. Meet me in child's pose. Rise to table. Tilt the hips low, curl the toes under. Bring the knees to the rib cage. Find that first downward facing dog. Shake your head out no and yes. Begin to pedal through your feet. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Don't worry so much about what it looks like. Think more about what it feels like. Extending through the arms. Finding that length from shoulder to hip as the hips reach towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Heels rise with the inhale, settle with the exhale. Feet hip width apart, hip width apart. Settle here. Take 3 breaths and begin to notice how using the core muscles shifts the pose. So maybe for a moment you just completely relax abs and back. And then with breath, fully engage. Again, thinking about the transversus abdominals, hip to hip, belly button in towards the spine, reaching up, rib cage knitted together. 1 more breath here. Come forward into plank. Stay in your plank. Bring your right leg up. Bend the knee, bring it to your elbow. Bring it back to center. Bring it to the opposite elbow. Drop your hip a little bit. Stay here. Hold with those oblique muscles. Take a breath. Come back to center. Raise the legs up. 3-leg dog. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Take a breath. Same thing on the other side. Left leg rises up. Come into your plank. Knee comes to the same elbow. Bring it back. Bring it to the opposite elbow. Twist the body a little bit. Drop the hip a little bit. Keep that knee floating. Hold on with those core muscles. Breathe. You can do this. And release 3-leg dog. Release and gently walk the feet forward. Find your first forward fold. Hold on to the elbows. Maybe you work out the wrists a little bit instead of holding on. It feels better just to shake those wrists out or those hands. Find another breath here. And hands to shins, rise up halfway. Exhale down. Come all the way up to mountain. So you're just standing, feet hip width apart, hands to heart. Go ahead and keep the right leg where it is. Take the left leg back in a lunge. Bring your hands back in airplane. Raise that back leg. Find your warrior three. So airplane pose, that back leg parallel to the floor, body parallel to the floor. Bring both arms forward. We're going to add a crunch to this. Crunch elbow to knee. You can bend that stabilizing leg. Extend into warrior three. 2 more times. Crunch, extend. 1 more. How's your balance? It's okay if you wobble. Have fun with it. Rise up to mountain. Hands to heart. Close your eyes. Take 2 breaths. Just kind of notice how the body feels. Maybe you can slow down your heart rate a little bit. Find stability again. Hands down to hips. Here we go again. This time you're going to press into that left leg, come into the lunge. Engage the abdominals. This is a lot of what gives you the stability and the balance. The other thing is your focus. So find that focal point. Raise that back leg up. Arms come forward. Find your balance. Exhale, elbows to knees. Extend. Just 2 more. Do what you can do. 1 more time. Rise up into mountain. Hands to heart. Find your breath. Deep breath in, arms rise up and overhead, palms together. Exhaling, press through the feet. Forward fold. Hands to shins, rise up halfway. Exhale, come down. 1 leg back and then the other. Meet me in plank, come all the way down to the mat. Working just a bit on the upper back. If you have a block, bring it in front of you. You're going to hold onto the block with hands on either side of the block. Go ahead and press your forearms down. Elbows are a little bit forward of the shoulder, so you've created a triangle here underneath the arm. Rib cage is going to pull forward and up, so think Sphinx pose. From here, go ahead and reach the arms forward. As long as you can. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ears. Stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring the block down. Bring the elbows back. Here we go again. So you're tucking the shoulder blades under. You're using the muscles of the upper back to hold you up, of the entire back to hold you up. You're lengthening through the abdominals. Reach those arms forward. Raise them up. Stay here. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that block come down. And if you don't have a block, you're just holding those arms about 8 inches apart. Again, press the forearms down. Press the tops of your feet down. Engage the abdominals. Engage the back. Stretch the abdominals. Bring the arms forward. Reach and lift. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are just going to do this 1 more time. Come back into that Sphinx. Stay here for a breath. Final time. Bring those arms forward. Try to keep the body high. Lift those arms up. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Softly bring that block down. Stack one forearm on top of the other in front of you. Turn your cheek. Wiggle your hips. Take a really deep breath and breathe into your upper back. Turn your cheek to the other side. Do the same thing. Gently bring the hands to the rib cage. Come back to child. As you settle in child for just a moment, reflect on what about following Jesus is hardest for you? What is it that you resist the most? And maybe today you can let that go, even if it's just a little bit. Gently press into your hands and rise up. Bring your feet forward. Bring those feet mat width apart. Drop the knees side to side. I have one more exercise I want to do with you here. Go ahead and bring that block in between your legs. Come down onto the mat. Go ahead and lift the knees up, holding onto that block. Raise the legs up, holding onto that block. So now you can either keep the block in between the thighs or a little bit harder in between, right above the ankles there. Wherever you are, from here, let's do a reverse crunch. So you're going to draw the belly button towards the spine. You're going to lift the hips up to the sky and release. 2 more times here. Now take the hands to the block, crunch up, hold on to that block, take it overhead, bring arms and legs down. Lift them up, crunch those abdominals, bring the block in between the legs. Let the upper body come down, lower crunch up, hips rise. So just 2 more times there, and then we're done. Hold on to the block, bring it all the way back, let those legs come down. Arms reach behind you. Rise up again. Let the body come down, hands to hips. Hips rise. Final time, crunch up, reach for that block, tuck the chin just a little bit. Hold onto the block. Reach those arms behind, take those legs down. As you're ready, come back up. Hands to your hips, upper body down. Lower body rises with the contraction of the abdominals. Move the block to the side. Bring the legs out. Take the knees wide. Gently drop the knees side to side. So feet are at the outside edges of the mat. Bring the knees in, hands to knees. Gently bring them into the rib cage and away. Back and forth here 2 more times. Extend your legs long, palms up. So again, just to help the brain connect to the body, go ahead 3 times, contract abdominals and back muscles, make a fist with that inhale. Exhale, soften, release. 2 more times on your own. And whenever you're finished, settle there. In these final moments of your practice, invite the Holy Spirit to guide you, to give you clarity as you seek the path that He has set before you. I invite you to stay here a little longer if you can. If you need to get on with your day, go ahead and wiggle fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles. Gently turn your head side to side. Take a deep breath in, arms reaching up and overhead. Stretch as long as you can. And as you're ready, bend your knees, roll over onto your side. Stay here for a breath. And gently come up to sitting. Finding your sitting bones, check in one final time. Noticing body, mind, and soul, what has shifted since you came to the mat today. Taking a deep breath in, arms rise. Exhaling, bring hands to heart, and join me in prayer. Jesus, we thank you so much for your invitation. And so today we say yes. To the best of our ability, we will follow you. We ask for your strength. We ask for your wisdom. And we ask for clarity as we follow the path that you have set before us. It is in your name that we pray. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me today.